Hundreds of questions struck your mind every day, and most of them end up with no answer. Well, we are not talking about the question related to your personal life. We are covering some curious and interesting facts along with fascinating answers that might amaze you. The answers are based on science and general facts. So let's begin our virtual tour. Is time travel really possible? Technically, we are already traveling in time at the rate of 1 hour per hour. The actual question is, can we travel faster or slower than this rate? It's already been done. The Russian cosmonaut Sergei Krikalev time traveled into his own future by 0.02 seconds. He spent 803 days, 9 hours, 39 minutes orbiting our planet. Traveling at 17,500 miles per hour, he experienced an effect called time dilation. Einstein's special relativity theory says that when your traveling speed relative to other objects is close to the speed of light, time goes slower for you than for the people you left behind. That's the reason the clock of GPS satellites disagrees with the clock on Earth by 7 millionth of a second daily. Suppose you are a 10-year-old boy who left Earth in a rocket traveling at 99.5% of the speed of light, impossible to achieve at present, and you return after 5 years at the age of 15. You would find that all of your classmates were 60 years old. Because time passed more slowly for you, your 5 years on space would be equivalent to 50 years on Earth. And that's how you can get ahead 45 years in the future. Einstein's other theory called general relativity says that time passes more slowly for objects in the heavy gravitational field than objects far from such field. There are all kinds of time-space distortions near black holes, where the gravity is very intense. Which came first, the egg or the chicken? Answer is the egg. The egg-laying animals existed way far before the chicken came. So technically, the egg came before the chicken. Let's take the clock many, many moons ago when there were no chickens. A creature very similar to chicken, let's call it proto-chicken, would have mated with other proto-chicken. The two organisms pass their genes in the form of DNA. However, the replication of DNA is never 100% accurate and very often produces a tiny change for the new organism. These tiny changes in DNA could create a new species over thousands of generations. The same happened with proto-chickens, and the small genetic mutation created the new species called chicken, which grew in an egg. What if the Earth stopped rotating? You will die. At the equator, the surface of the Earth and everything on it is rotating at 465 meters per second. This speed gradually decreases as you proceed closer to the pole. As soon as Earth stops rotating, everything on the Earth, except at the pole, would continue moving as it had been. The following are the scenarios that will most likely happen. There will be giant tsunamis, and all water will start moving towards the pole. Half of the Earth would be completely exposed to the sun, which would raise the temperature, and the other half would freeze. The speed of the wind will be faster than the shock wave of an atom bomb. It will instantly start fires all around the planet. The iron core in the Earth's center would stop too, and thus protective magnetic field would no longer be there. The radioactive rays from the sun would enter on Earth and kill everything left. Where do permanently deleted files go in computers? Well, the answer is your computer doesn't delete anything, they are right there in your hard disk. When you delete a file, you just change a pointer to the new address on your hard disk. Pointers are a special type of data that points to the location, track/cylinder/sector of the hard drive, where the actual file is stored. Large files are usually stored in multiple locations. When you open a file, the hard drive follows the pointer to present the data. The file is never erased, it is present physically on your hard disk. But the address where the file is located is made available for the next read/write operation. You can get those files back using special software unless the location has been overwritten. Although, overwriting doesn't guarantee that your files are gone forever. Organized criminals in Ghana have managed to recover confidential data from dumped electronic wastes. So if you are working for any secret agency, it's better to destroy your hard disk rather than throwing it away. How much of our brain do we use? Well, we use our brain 100%. It has been misattributed to many people that we only use 10% of our brains. This myth was originated in the 1890s by the father of American psychology, William James. He said, "Most of us do not meet our mental potential," and this misunderstanding stuck for a long time. The truth is, we use virtually every part of the brain, and most of the part is active all the time. In fact, during sleep, all parts of your brain remain active. It is true that every part of the brain is not concurrently active at any given moment. For the maximum efficiency and in order to be conscious at all, 1 to 16% of the cell should be active. Furthermore, Most of the cells are used to control unconscious activities such as heart rate, dreaming, etc. The human brain requires 20% of the body's energy. It contains more neurons than any other species, and this dense neuron packing is what makes us so smart.